All right. Thank you, Matt. And thank you, Nessie, for coming on out and visiting with us here as we take a look at your weather map here. High pressure, that's building in. We had a weak disturbance moving by this morning. That made you probably wake up, look up to the sky and say, oh my, we've got clouds filling in. It's going to be a terrifying day. But not really. That cloud mass has already moved out, and we're clearing those skies out as high pressure continues to settle into the area. So as we look outside the ABC4 studios, you can see those clouds. We continue to lose those clouds with the blue sky continue to take over, and temperatures right now here in Salt Lake City in the mid-50s. Let's take a look at some of the numbers in your hometown, though. And as you'll be able to see, it's about 52 degrees in Vernal, 46 degrees in Logan. We've got temperatures around 54 from Delta over towards Milford and Cedar City, 55 in Hanksville, 56 degrees in Blanding, and Moab at 53. Meanwhile, it's 61 degrees currently in St. George. The rest of the day, we're really not going to be looking at much in the way of any weather issues. In fact, I think we can take off a lot of these clouds now that the sun has come on out across most of the area here, with those clearing skies expected as we go throughout the rest of this afternoon. Low 60s for your high up and down the Wasatch Front. Upper 50s up towards Cache Valley. Will be into the 60s as you get over into portions of Grand County, approaching that 70-degree mark. 63 degrees there in Blanding, and 79 expected in St. George. All right. Here's what you've been waiting for, the official trick-or-treat forecast. I know a lot of folks making those plans. The good news is whether you're going to be outside at doing the trick-or-treating from door to door, or you're going to be going to a trunk-or-treat, or you've got a fall festival you're going to, or you're just wanting to enjoy the evening sitting out on the porch and watching all the festivities. The weather is going to cooperate for you out there. Very comfortable. Mostly clear skies across northern Utah. Temperatures near 60 early on in the afternoon, but once the sun set, which will be about 6:24 in the evening, we'll see those temperatures falling to the 50s, but it should be fairly nice and pleasant out there for us. Down in lower Washington County, we can't forget about you. Our friends down in southern Utah, temperatures in the 70s for us for your trick-or-treating this year, so very nice conditions. Clear skies out there, no issues in terms of the weather, and that sunset, of course, will be a little later at 6:37 officially this evening. All right, let's go through your forecast for tonight, because it will eventually get chilly once we get past midnight into tomorrow morning. So waking up on your Saturday morning, we will have a lot of 30s and 40s back on the map. So be aware of that. Tomorrow morning early will be a cold start, but the afternoon we rebound back into those 60s out there. So for football weather, couldn't ask for a better day for fall football out there, with temperatures going from the 60s into the low 50s for the Utah State game. If you're heading out to the big Utes game out there, I know a lot of folks will be going to the big game. That's the national game out there. Looking pretty good. Low 60s dropping through the 50s. But again, should be good for any of your outdoor activities really all throughout the weekend, including some of your Day of the Dead events that will be taking place. Looking pretty good as well, both north and south across the Beehive State. High pressure, that's your theme story for us as we go throughout the rest of the week. But by the time we get towards your Thursday, that's when we could potentially see a weak system moving by to our north, possibly bringing some precipitation in northern Utah. Upper 70s for your Friday, low 80s for the weekend with sunshine in St. George. And it looks good heading through next week. Could see the winds pick up with the head of that system by the end of next week, but no precipitation. The Wasatch Front, low to mid 60s going throughout the weekend. Upper 60s next week. That cold front could bring us a couple isolated showers by the end of next week. Guys?